Hey everybody, how are you doing? Um, yeah, I have felt like it's Wednesday all day today as well. The happy Mondays notwithstanding, they actually do help to make me check the calendar and remind myself that I'm living a week. Hi, Abominable. Hi, everybody. Um, so 128 asks, I haven't watched the past 3 or 4 of these. I'm very curious about what's going on. I guess I should sum up where we're at here. We have a functioning moon base. That was a big kind of like era in our development of Kerbal here. Um, we managed to land near that base and deploy a rover, but the rover has some drawbacks. The rover can't really quickly travel around the moon and collect all the science that we need. There are, I think, plugins that automate, like you can like program stuff in general. Like there's actually, I think, a scripting language that somebody's made with a whole like stylized console in game where you can sit there in like in front of like an old-fashioned computer and like program a rocket to like after 10 minutes turn left at 30 degrees or whatever. And in theory we could use that to program our rover, but I think the more expedient version is to make a space plane that would then very quickly fly around the moon and collect all of that science for us, land the plane at the moon base, use the transfer the Kerbal from the plane to the moon base, and then get everybody who doesn't need to be on the moon off of the moon at that point. So I think that's kind of generally the plan. I spent some time messing around with planes at the end of the last stream, and it's fun. I think we'll see where we're at here. Let's load it up. Um, by the way, I right before the stream, I was made aware of and very quickly downloaded this new piece of software called NVIDIA Broadcast. It's probably old news to some, but I didn't realize that what they've done is they've taken um, the RTX voice and paired it with like a video effects layer, and that can just run in the background of your computer, um, and add different effects to your inputs. And so I haven't really bothered with the voice stuff because I generally don't have a lot of problems with that. But I did kind of want like a nice soft depth of field effect, and for like 1% of my GPU, it wasn't bad. Potato asks, "Are those real plants behind me? Should we run a prediction?" Let's run a prediction. Are those real plants behind me? Okay, the prediction's running if you want to bet on whether those are real plants behind me. So, yeah, we left off building, although we kind of got to a place where we had something that might work, and the issue, spaceplane-wise, and the issue is going to be balancing out the rocket here. So let's take a look at where we left off. Well, let me double check sometimes oh yeah, game audio, way too loud. Okay, how about there? We got 25 seconds left on our bet. Okay, so, I think I accidentally saved over our moon base, but that's okay. Vessel moon base is missing parts, CDT 2001. What? Okay. I don't know what that means. Alright, so let's take a look at our prediction. Are those real plants behind me? Overwhelmingly, 83% of viewers bet that those are real plants behind me. They are wrong. Those are not real plants behind me. I don't get enough sunlight in this room to sustain real plants, but I wanted just like a little bit of color back there. And so I bought some really nice looking, very realistic fake plants. So, sorry. Big Big bet to start the stream. Yeah, really, really a lot of excitement here early on. Okay, so here's our ridiculous space plane, somewhat inspired by Burt Rutan's Voyager. Someone was in chat referencing that, and I thought, well, why not? Let's just see what that would be like. The advantage of something like this is that it would be relatively easy to land, which I think would be important if we're zipping around the moon. 128 thought they were green screened. Okay. The original question was supposed to be, is that a virtual background? No, it's real. They're real. That's actually the back of my room. When I voted real, I meant that they weren't being composited in by software. Oh, 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 oh! Did people think that? Did people think? Yeah, I mean, you're still wrong. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't think about the idea of like real not meaning the plant itself, but rather I've got like a fake layer going on there. That's true. Octoscope points out I did explain that I blurred the background using NVIDIA Broadcast. Therefore, that's your own fault if you weren't paying attention. Okay, I'm absolved of all prediction quarrels. So this is what we're trying to deal with here. The issue, obviously, so like let's just do this. We're gonna just kind of take one instance of it. So it actually doesn't, when you look at the center of mass after this. Let me see if I can get this directly over the rocket. God, I was able to figure out how to pan the other day, and I already forgot how to do it. It was like shift and drag, but I guess that's sort of doing it. I mean, you know, oh, it's gonna be so hard to tell where this is ending up. They really need like a top-down display. Won't the wings on the plane make lift while it goes through Atmo? That also could be happening. We did a really quick and dirty test at the beginning of the or the end of the last stream. That's quite possible what happened. That's what happened. I'm not really sure. I mean, look, like space shuttle type rockets are definitely possible in Kerbal. So the question is, how do we get around this? How do we fix this problem? Obviously, we're going to want to retract all of our wheels. That's probably a good place to start. Actually, you know what? I don't see a wheel on the front of this thing anymore. What happened? That's probably not good, unless it's like right under this. But yeah, I think somewhere along the line that happened. So let's fix that. And yeah, okay, that should be fine. Okay, so. Yeah, oh, also we have a rocket on here that's too powerful. We're gonna want the cheetah there. I don't know. I mean, I guess we can probably scale it down. I don't think this thing's gonna need much thrust. Oh, we also lost our RCS stuff. I think I must have reloaded everything at one point. Here, let's do this real quick. But yeah, I don't really know. Oh, there we go. That's what I want. That's what I want. I don't know exactly how we're going to solve this problem. I could change the center of mass on the plane, but it'll probably be okay. Okay. Oh, the other thing is, I guess I need to put some food on here. I don't think we need electrical because the engine will take care of that. Although I guess we might want to just have some just in case. We'll just put like a big old battery on it and just like one rollout panel. It's probably fine. Yeah, I think that's good enough just for emergencies. Maybe yeah, like some kind of communicator device, and then yeah, we're gonna want science things, I guess, do samples and all that garbage. Really, though, the thing that we need to do is get crew reports and EVA reports, and those are just something that a single Kerbal can take. We don't actually have to do anything fancy for that. They could just like get out and take the report and then take off again. So that should be relatively straightforward. If we want shielding on this thing, and yeah, we'll put like a large, maybe like a medium life support box or two on here. Guess we're gonna want to keep it down the center. Now that I'm looking at it, does it look like everything's a little bit off center? Like this tail looks like it's not correct. It's gonna have something to do with our failure the other day. Here, let's reattach. Okay, that's better. Not sure why that happened. This is also kind of happening with the tail back here. Oh boy. Everything's getting a little weird. I don't know. I don't like it. It's like this thing isn't on the radio mount. It's centered there. Okay. It will not matter once it's on the moon, that's true. Alright, so I think I'm going to save that. We're going to call this Moon Plane Launcher. Yeah, I mean, you know, I guess technically you probably also want like another radial coupler attaching it lower down here. I don't know how easy that would be though to add at this point. I think it might be pretty tough. I think we should try to launch this and see how it goes, because I think it's going to be bad. I think it's going to be extremely difficult to keep it from just flying off. I suppose one thing we can do is, yeah, we can. I think we can. Yeah, we can basically turn off these control surfaces. Let's see. These I think are just gonna go, but that's okay. Those other ones I think would have been a problem though. Yeah, I think it's gonna end up being a weight issue, being a mass issue. I think the fact that it's just the mass is not gonna be centered is gonna be the problem. I had a wacky idea of just like maybe dropping the fuel on like these fuel tanks a little bit to kind of. Oh, but you know what? Because they're circularly attached, it would just drop them on all. Like these are mirrored, so can't quite do that. Let's launch it again and see how it works. I have no idea what's actually going to occur here. These stages are definitely wrong though, so let's double check that. So that's going to go, that's going to go, and then no. That is like last. That goes, then that goes. Okay. All right, let's give this a test run. How is everyone doing today? I am very warm. It is like unseasonably, even though it's the hottest time of the year, it's 90 degrees here in um, the East Bay, and particularly where our house is, that's like very warm. We have the climate of San Francisco where we are basically, and so this is just a very, very warm day for us. Okay, so here's our wacky spaceplane situation. I mean, the fact that this is not mounted like even in the center makes me think that like the stability of this, like some struts would probably help. I could probably just put some struts here, even if it's not like two radio mounts, just struts to like iron this thing down to the rocket. But let's launch it and see how it goes. Okay, yeah, it's just immediately going to go the other way. It's kind of majestic. Can we just fly this thing? Just kind of get it going like a plane? Not quite. All right. I'm gonna, before the massive explosion, we'll go back to vehicle assembly. So, yeah, I mean, my only thought here is like, do we just mirror it? I mean, it seems silly, and yet we could just mirror it and put, you know, put two Kerbals on this mission. Oh, this is only food and water. We're gonna need some oxygen too. And waste and wastewater space. Okay. Yeah, I kind of feel like we should just mirror it. Let me add the struts first, just for some stability. These will just peel off once we separate, so they're very easy to add. And I'll just do like one here. I mean, the other thing I should probably do is put a probe core on this thing, like a small one, just in case at some point we want to pilot it remotely. I don't really know where to put that, though. Very chilly here, going to the dog park soon. Nice. High tomorrow here is mid-60s, and I can't wait. Oh, that sounds really nice, yeah. Toby, we finally got to the point where we can let Toby out without the leash on in our yard, and he's very happy about it. We had to do some yard cleanup first, but what would happen if I just did this? Would this rocket still work? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm also not sure why this isn't snapping now. Oh, there we go. Where can I put a probe core on here? I guess I'll have to put some structural something or other on the top. Yeah, this is the way this is going to work. Okay. We'll put it like right there. I don't think I need that much RCS, so let's do that, and then... It's kind of funny, it looks like a radar dome or something. It doesn't look silly, it looks correct. Okay. Alright, so now we'll just grab this sucker and go mirror. Oh god. Oh. Alright. Well, this will be interesting. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna have enough lift, you know? Um, but oh wait, uh, parts with crew capacity, and it's showing. It's not showing both of them. I can't fill this one as well. Huh. That feels like a bug. Um, let's see. This thing also says unpressurized on the cockpit, which I don't understand that part. ABC always be put in a probe core. I just found out there was a Pepsi woman? What? She was good. Oh, that they delayed the release a bit on Disney Plus. Kind of interesting. Do you have a dog door, or does Toby have to be supervised? We do not have a dog door. No. And even if we did, I don't think that Toby would like go out there on his own. Really, he might. The thing I'm not sure about, and today was a little bit spooky. He goes so crazy chasing squirrels, and I'm a little concerned. I know Janelle's not, but my aunt used to have fox terriers, and they would go so nuts. These are like little 8-9 pound dogs. They would go so nuts that they would climb like chain link fences. We don't have a chain link fence. We have a wooden fence, and it's tall and solid. But there are definitely like areas of it that have like foliage that if he really went insane, I don't know, he'd have to just scale a wall. But I'm kind of like, what if he did? He's very motivated when he sees little creatures. I mean, it's something to see, but yeah, so we don't know what that's going to be like. There was a squirrel out there today, and he didn't see it, and I kind of like shooed the squirrel so that I was like, get out of here, you idiot, and then he ran away, or Toby could spot him. But this is weird. Yeah, it's not registering that this is 2 of these. Okay, and now I've like really. What if I do that now? Okay, now it's working right. I just had to reattach them, I guess. That's very strange. I am not really sure why it says unpressurized. I guess it just is. Maybe this isn't the right space plane. Cockpit, maybe everyone's gonna die. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, well now that that's done, I kind of feel like we can give this another shot. We'll just have Fiona in the other seat, even though she's not a pilot. She should still be able to. Well, the probe core can fly for her if that becomes an issue. And she can just be an engineer along for the ride. If that's pure Nightmare Fool, I probably won't click on it during the stream, but you can certainly link it in the Discord. Alright, let's take a look here. I think we're good to go. I think this is gonna work beautifully. Alright. Double check the stuff here. It actually didn't really add much expense, dollars-wise, to the mission. So that's fine, I guess. It's so ridiculous. If this actually works, I'm going to be very surprised. Okay, here we go. Should we drop a prediction on this one? I feel like we should. I think I'll be a little bit, like... Let's see. Will we make it into orbit safely? Making it into the moon is a whole other thing. I don't know what the fuel amounts are going to be here, but Toby might show up on the stream later, but he's taking a nap with Janelle right now. Oh, also this NVIDIA thing has like an auto center thing. Like I can do this and it'll follow my head around the room, which I'm not sure I really want or need, but I thought I would experiment with it for a second. Okay, here we go. So, we got some bets coming in, so I'm going to wait a second. This really does look ridiculous. But hey, if it works, it works. Okay. 60% saying yes, we will make it to orbit safely. Okay, well, enjoy losing your money, I think. Where am I heading? Well, we're trying to head to the moon and get some science done, and do that via these two planes. But I don't know. This is all extremely tenuous. I'm kind of just doodling. It's like the equivalent of doodling in Kerbal. I haven't really done much with planes yet, and so we have a moon base that we have established, and the idea is to do some science with these planes and then land them at the moon base. We'll see. Here we go. Oof, it's slow. But you know what? It's staying upright. That's the important thing. That's quite loud. I'm going to back off a little bit. Yeah, so far so good. Maybe the yeses are going to have it here. I don't know. Okay, I gotta get on the ball here for our separation. I wonder if this is gonna throw off our balance at all. So far, so good. Still don't know if those things are landing safely. I guess I should really do a mission that's just to see whether that's happening. Yeah, this is looking good, actually. I'm a little bit nervous about rolling, even though that would be the most efficient thing to do right now, but might even throttle back a little bit. So much going on here. Alright. Yeah, this is looking very good. Does this rocket have two planes strapped to it? I guess so. I mean, I think it's basic. Technically, I think you would just call this a rocket right now, because the planes have yet to separate. It's like you don't call Air Force One until the President's on it. I think this is just a rocket that is somehow flying, despite the fact that it has wings. Very tenuous. Yeah, maybe the planes have rockets strapped to them. I think that's probably more accurate. Okay. So, we're going to separate this stage now. Thanks for following. And I guess it's probably safe to roll at this point. At least it better be. Thank you for subscribing, 128, for 44 months. Where does the time go? Nope, it wasn't safe to roll. We are not out of atmosphere yet, and this was a massive mistake. Oh, shit. Oh, God, no. Well, this isn't the worst thing. No, it is the worst thing in the world. Oh, God. I think I can slowly maybe pull out of this. Yeah, we're going to slowly pull out of this dive. Oh, that was such a mistake. I mean, we're getting a little bit of work done in that we're widening out our orbit, but that was premature. Oh, and actually now I am more or less exiting atmosphere, so we can have a little bit more control. But yeah, that was not great. Gotta really point up to try to pull out of this mistake. I think we'll be okay, but we definitely burned off some fuel that we didn't need to burn off. Alright. Yeah, I think pointing it right at 90 for the moment is probably the way to go. Yeah, that's gonna be okay. Thanks, Potato. Enjoy your dog park adventure. Yeah, we're okay now. We're just fighting gravity. Oh no, Ajax, whereabouts, generally speaking? I didn't feel anything here, but I don't know where you are. Oh, right, you're in Australia. So I definitely wouldn't feel anything here. Yeah, that's not very common. Oh no, these rockets are firing right now. That isn't good. We're gonna shut those down. But God, that means that this is maybe pulling... Are we pulling from this tank? No, we're not. Okay, good. Okay, okay, okay. Man, getting into orbit here is requiring a lot. We need to do quite a bit of work here. Guess it's time to roll a bit more. 8 minutes of burn time, though, to pull that off. Yeah, this is not going well. We... 8 minutes, what? Huh. I think, the staging is confused by by this. I think these numbers aren't accurate. I'm a little confused myself now. Looks like we're having to work very hard to get into orbit here. Right, that'll technically, whoops. That'll work, but it's saying it wants me to go, huh? Oh, I dragged something weird. Okay. I don't want to do that. Well, I don't know. We're gonna just kind of keep burning, I guess. But we're definitely running out of fuel. This is bad. Wow. That's interesting that Affable probably felt it on somewhat of a delay. the internet traveled faster. Well, I hope everybody's okay. It sounds like it was minor, but you never know where the epicenter was, I suppose. Let's see. See, why is it saying burn time 4 minutes? I don't get that. Oh, there's a rocket after this. Right. Okay. I actually don't know whether we should use it. Well, here, let's use it. So this does not have much fuel to it. It's kind of a silly stage. I didn't realize what I'd done here. Here, let's kill the engine. Run our burn from that point instead. Okay, so that's going to be a lot less delta V, but we might need to transfer some fuel from our space planes, which is not great. Yeah, is there a big fault in Australia, around Australia, under Australia, somewhere? I don't know anything about Australia and seismic stuff. I'm too concerned with my own earthquake situation over here. I was just thinking the other day, it's probably worth, even though I know that our foundation is bolted, our house is bolted to the foundation, I should probably still have somebody come out and inspect it. Nowhere near a fault line, Anchix? Okay, that's interesting. I wonder why you had an earthquake if it wasn't a bigger one elsewhere. Okay, so once we get to like 75, I'm gonna just stop this. That's good enough. All right, we are in a stable orbit. The yeses have it, but I don't know how the rest of this is gonna go. So, the moon. Let's see here. Oh god, yeah, that's so much more fuel than we have. The interesting thing about this, though, is that we don't necessarily need to get into a stable orbit around the moon. We kind of just need to launch these planes near the moon. So, let's see. I hope we can transfer some fuel. I hope that works. In theory, if we had to... we can't, because it's coupled, I assume. Oh, yes, we can. Yeah. No, that's the same part of the craft. Oh. All of this is structural. I forgot about that. This is the only fuel tank on the ship. That's very silly. Why did I do it like that? Should have just made this all fuel. Okay. I guess I thought we'd be okay on fuel, but that was not true. Let's steal a little fuel from the space planes. We'll just keep stealing. I mean, actually, if we fire up the space plane rockets, It's more or less the same thing. They would definitely help. So, alright, we'll just do that. Okay. Is there air on the moon now? We have a base there that has oxygen, yeah. We have not terraformed the moon, though. I don't even know if that's possible. I didn't, Bobby, no. Why do you ask? Okay, so now we're gonna go for our burn. Oh, I thought you were here earlier, Bobby. Yeah, no, I'm using this new piece of software called NVIDIA Broadcast, which gives you some tools for making your webcam look a little bit better. Okay, so our burn time's gonna be 4 minutes. Ooh. And I guess this is our full delta V. 5,000? That can't be right. It's supposed to be 5,000 on each plane. I don't know what's going on here. But it's time to burn. Wow, this thing looks really weird now. Kind of cool. Ugh. Yeah, I don't really need it for microphone cleanup because these lav mics do a pretty good job on their own of just keeping outside noise away. But okay. It's going to be a fairly lengthy burn because these engines are not very powerful. I'm hoping that we have enough fuel once we get to the moon that these planes are not going to be kind of pointless. I mean, it looks like they're not really drawing much here. Unless they're all drawing from like one tank, but I think they split the fuel draw from the different tanks. So okay. Really 3 more minutes of burning? Oh boy, yeah. I guess we're probably gonna wanna siphon some more fuel from the other engines to speed this up. Well, 2.5 minutes. Should we run some kind of prediction at this point? I suppose we should. Will we deploy the planes safely to the moon? So for this to be a yes, I'm going to say we are flying the plane around the moon at fairly low altitude. And for some amount of time. I'm not going to say that we safely land them at the base and all that stuff. I am going to say that we managed to get a little science done flying around the moon. That'll be this prediction. In other words, we make it to the moon and have enough fuel to like slow down and get them into a low altitude situation. I have no idea whether we can do that or not. I'm not optimistic about this fuel. Although, once we get to the moon and slowed down, we shouldn't need much for the planes. like they won't use a lot. These are really efficient engines, and you're in zero gravity, so all this structural stuff, I should have just put this on like a stack separator and gotten rid of it at this point. It's not really helping us, all this extra mass. Yeah, we're coming around the bend here. Let's see. Oh, just slowly bumping out this orbit. I guess I should have just overpowered this rocket with like a lot of fuel. And not worry too much about the cost of it, but oh well. Alright, 1 more minute to go. And we'll be zipping over to the moon. And the other thing is, like, do we try to get not like right on the base because we've already done the science that we need to do there, but we probably want to be like, you know, on the longitudinal line with that base so that it's relatively easy for us to get these Kerbals landed there once the mission's over. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. We can even. I'm a little worried about slowing down now. I'm kind of hoping we can hit the moon at just the right angle. That like here, our periapsis right now is actually 100. If we nailed this burn, it would be 100,000. It's not going to happen. But that is really efficient. So maybe we can adjust mid-course and let gravity do some of the work for us here. Yeah, it's very important for environment. You know, we're clearly concerned. We've been very concerned with environmental impact on these streams. You can tell by the thousands of exploded rockets that are littering the oceans of Kerbal here. Okay, finally getting close to being done with this burn. You can see it starts to get very fast, even though we're not burning very hard at the end here. And in a second, I'm going to slow down the burn and make sure that we hit this pretty close to the dot. A little more. I think probably. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. I see. When I see that little curly Q, I know we're good. Okay. I just gotta delete this maneuver. Okay. Perhaps this is 300,000. I wonder if I just burn a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Ooh, maybe even a little less? Oh, yeah. A little less? Oh, yeah, 60,000. Okay. Perfect. This is a manned... Well, okay. Let's kind of think about what the best way to proceed now is. Let's get the fuel out of that rocket. We don't have electric charge being generated at this point, so I guess we do need these. I didn't think about this, but we are going to need to extend these solar panels so that our Kerbals don't die on the way to the moon, so that's good that I did that. Was there a message that just flashed at the bottom of the screen? Something about science, maybe? Well, here, let's just go to Moon Plane Launcher. Okay. Solar panels are up, and... Alright. Let's go to the moon. And hopefully we won't die on the way. I'm going to save. In case I just forgot something stupid. Alright, there's the moon. I think we're probably good to hit that moon encounter. This always looks a little nerve-wracking when you're just like hurtling toward the moon. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right, we are really golden. This is actually one of the best moon approaches that I've pulled off. And so now it's just about slowing down. And then we'll launch these things kind of one at a time. That looks pretty good. Okay, so we're going to need 273 to slow, and that is not bad. If it was a 5.8, wow, that's pretty high. But I don't know where Mount Buller is. Is that like a populated area? I'm guessing that's like on the coast, so if it's 38 kilometers south, it's the epicenter was off the, like, well off the coast, hopefully. I say hopefully, and then you gotta worry about, like, you know, tsunamis, but a 5.8 probably are okay. Well, anyway. Stay safe, everybody. Okay, so where is the moon? I think it's just very dark. But I've definitely lost the moon. Well, there's the Earth. That's fine. All right, let's burn. I guess we'll just fire up the other engine too. Why not? Just sort of speed this up quite a bit. Yeah, we are definitely in the dark here. Not sure why we're centered on the Earth. That's weird. Okay, let's take in a bit more fuel on the big engine, just enough to get us through this. Fiona and Potato are flying these planes, Bacon, although it's possible that they're actually being piloted by a probe core, by computer. So yeah, I think it actually is being piloted remotely. Okay, let's kill this maneuver and then I'm gonna like refocus on the moon. This is kind of distracting. Set as target. Focus view. There we go. All right, so here's our orbit. Oh, it's quite shallow. Uh-oh. I mean, that's okay. I think that's stable. Actually, well, that's that probe. Where's the base? Oh, I see. There's the base. So this isn't too bad. We can actually launch our planes. Probably from like here, and then just you know, slow them down over time until they kind of end up closer to the moon base. Although flying in the dark doesn't seem very enticing. Maybe we should actually just explore this side of the moon. I'm just a little worried about them getting stuck. We don't have like infinite fuel here. Speaking of which, I better transfer anything that's left in the main engine out of there. Okay. Oh, there's still a little bit left. All right, so yeah, I mean, maybe we should just detach right now. I guess we should. I don't think that there's a danger in that. There's somehow like a little bit of fuel left in the big one, and I don't know where it's hiding. Oh, it's just still right in the thing. Okay. All right, yeah, let's detach. Kind of nerve-wracking, but here we go. Space plane. Oh, the decoupler is going to just sort of permanently be part of this thing. I didn't think about that. Well, that's okay. Oh my god, it's so dark. Here, let's speed up until we're in the light. All right. What's the sitch? We've got one plane here. And one plane here. This is Potato's plane. They each have 4,000 Delta V. That's actually pretty good. So, feeling good about that. Let's roll to... No, they dogfight. Thanks, Taranish. Let's do a cool looking roll here. This is going to be nice. As we get ready to slow down. And I didn't put their wheels on... Oh my god, we don't have much monopropellant. Oh, that's going to get interesting. These wings are pointless, but they give us stability. I think we're going to want to extend the landing gear now because there's no reason not to. This plane does not need to worry about drag on the moon. Okay, so, oh god. Is the landing gear longer than this thing? It's not. Oh no! Oh no! Oh geez, alright, well that's gonna be an issue maybe, but here, let's slow down. Oh man, landing's gonna be a little weird, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to take off again because this thing is so big. Ah, god, I didn't think about this issue. Yeah, they might just break off, Octasco. They'll probably snap off. Hopefully they do. All right. It's going to take a second to slow down. And in fact, can we... Okay, we can't switch vessels. All right. This is just what we're doing now. But... Oh god, this could take a minute. I'm also a little worried about the fact that I seem to be spinning. Like, what is causing the plane to spin constantly? Why is this turning? Why are these... What are these control surfaces doing? Why are they doing this? I don't get it. Let's make these inactive. Oh, wait! There isn't one on this side! Oh, no! Wait, what? Oh, that's really weird. Why did that happen? I guess I just didn't catch that got... Well, with them made inactive, that shouldn't really, like, impact us at all. Fiona's an engineer, so in theory, Fiona could just, like, go out and take off some of these pieces after we land, but I don't know how safe that's going to be. So let's look at our resources here. We've got it's like plenty of oxygen, clean water, and food. Monopropellant, as usual, not as much as I'd like. And yeah, everything else is fine. So once we slow down, I think we will actually get some stuff done. I wonder if Fiona can do anything right now that would be useful. Let's see. Probably not, because this is like technically... oh! I spoke too soon. We can run a mystery goo for a low lunar orbit. Oh, but they're all filling up with the same goo? That doesn't seem right. Well, we can transfer stuff to the capsule. I don't really care about that as much as I care about just getting those crew reports and the EVA reports. Those are going to be worth so much science, and we'll be in such good shape if we can get that done. One thing we're going to maybe need to utilize here is our scanning data that we accomplished way back on like part 10 or something, probably. Because we need to know where the other biomes are in terms of completing the science. And so, as you can see, we've got low resolution data for biomes on the moon right now. And it's enough to basically show us that, you know, that's a different biome, this is different, this is different. And we'll kind of just maybe... This is cool that it shows the different flags. I'm not sure where... Whoa. I'm not sure where the base is necessarily. Oh, it says Flag Twin Landings, Flag Potatoes Bounce House, Toby Town. So that's Toby Town there. So we're actually pretty far from Toby Town. We're going to need to fly a good distance to get to Toby Town. But I guess that's what we'll do at this point. I guess we'll just kind of go just point to point directly there and stop at each biome on the way. I think I'm going to let Potato just orbit while we're doing this so that it doesn't get confusing. But also, I don't know what Fiona's chances are here. I don't know how this is gonna go. Oh no! Oh shit! Oh no, the engine blew up. What? It just blew up? Okay. Well, Fiona's got a parachute, but I mean, there's no air. Oh, she's got a jetpack. All right, we're gonna have to... This is now an emergency situation. Go, Fiona. Alright, goodbye, spaceplane. Now we need to slow down. Which, if we go in this direction... Oh my god, it's actually kind of working. Because our mass is so low. We might be able to save Fiona. We have a fair amount of time. We're at 5,000 meters. No, this is not enough time. I don't think this is enough time. I think if we'd ejected at like 10,000 meters, we probably would have been okay. I don't know. Deploy the parachute. No? Okay. I actually don't know how to do that. Oh my god, we're slowing down quite a bit. But it's just not enough. Oh man, we're still just coming in way too fast. Oh my god. Oh! 100 meters a second is not good. This almost worked. Oh man. Oh. Oh my god. I guess it's possible that I forgot to set those engines to high quality and that we just burned them too long. The thing is, I didn't expect to need to burn them to get to the moon, and so when we started using them for slowdown maneuvers and stuff, it just used up the lifespan of the engine. Let's take a look at the other plane and see. R.I.P. Fiona. You'll be back. You're gonna resurrect in like 2 hours. Let's take a look at the other plane and see what's going on here. What is this technically called? Toggle planes. Moon plane launcher. I'm not sure which one of these is the real one. Taranish, so bear in mind that I am using some mods that make this a lot harder. The base game played in like sandbox mode much easier. But I like ridiculous challenges. So what do we have on the engine here? Reliability. Remaining burn, none. Ignition's 5. Okay, so actually we used up all of the lifespan of this engine before we even got to the moon. It's funny, that aspect of the reliability is not something that we've run up against yet, and that's partly why I did not anticipate it. I was mainly worried about the number of ignitions and not the fact that you have a certain amount of burn time. Well, we'll give this a shot with Potato. I have a feeling it's not we're gonna end up with the same issue, but you know, it's worth trying to do it here. Man, this piece is really not helping here. Just kind of roll it up on its belly as a way of maneuvering to the spot that we need to. We're gonna kind of get there. Nope. Now we're just spinning wildly out of control. God, you know, the tricky thing about this too is that God, what a disaster. Shit. Alright, I think this mission's a complete failure. I think these planes are a complete failure. I'm not sure that we have the technology yet for this kind of thing. We're kind of doing something that you're probably, well, you're certainly not really supposed to do. Yeah, it's true, Bacon Phase. Yeah, if you get frustrated by spending an hour building something that doesn't work, this is probably not the game for you. Based on this moment. But I'm glad that folks can appreciate it through my ridiculous garbage here. Yeah, the plans really didn't do well. Well, you know, I think part of it is that I swapped out the engines to these weaker, more efficient engines to get more life out of them. But then, yeah, I did forget to make them super reliable. I mean, the other thing is it just became hard. The mass of two planes, launching and getting them to the moon, that was just really tough. Yeah, every time I go full power here, we start to spin. I can't seem to zero this out in the way that I was able to on Fiona's plane. I'm not sure why. So I've disabled these two in the same way that I had with her. But let's see. Let's track our monopropellant. Oh god, we're almost out. Okay, let's slow down now. Or speed up to slow down. And we're gonna drift again. And there it goes. But let's see if we can save Potato in the same way. I kind of feel like it's possible. Let's go. Let's do it. Well, the tricky thing is Potato's much higher up. We're actually too high now. So let's go a little bit forward. Oh god. Okay, yeah, I think 20,000 is probably a good place to start. Alright, our monopropellant is in the top right here. When that runs out, we're toast. Actually, just taking a look at it right now, I'm not sure this is possible, but let's find out. And the orbit number on the bottom here is the speed, so once that turns to 0, we've saved Potato. So it's really a race of numbers. If this number goes to 0 before this number does, then we're in trouble. I think it's actually going to be okay. But then we're high enough now that we're going to have to keep burning a little bit. Yeah, this is sort of tricky. Sort of tricky. This is not looking good. Let's time warp a little bit. We need to get lower before we burn some more. Okay. I'm trying, Potato. You've died a lot on stream. I'm really trying. Oh, Bobby's World is pretty close. Maybe we could walk to Bobby's World. Okay, we're slowing. But we're still a little too high, I think. Oh, no. Um... Whoa! 1.0 monopropellant left. 3,500 feet, 100 meters per second, 125. God, this is actually feeling like we might be okay. We're gonna run out of monopropellant. Shit. We were so close, Bobby. I mean, Potato. I mean, we were so close to Bobby's world, Potato. Yeah. Oh, wow, look at that. 80 meters per second. I mean, oh my god, if we just had like a little more. Oh no, now it's all gone. And how do you deploy shoot? It didn't work. You're in space. Oh god. Wow, what a mess. Oh. Well, you know, I've been getting very lucky in Kerbal lately, and I guess, you know, we had to have a failure here after so many successful missions. The answer was no, we will not deploy the plane safely. Yikes. Who's left? Nobody. Everyone's on the moon, and everyone else is dead. This is a bug. These people should be spawning again, and they're not. Let's skip a day or two and see. See if they come back. Okay, they did. Those two did. Crossbow and Abominable did not. I've gotta solve that for next stream. Okay, well, now what? That didn't work. I mean, one option in terms of going around and collecting science is we just build a really robust, you know, like lander that has a ton of fuel and that can kind of take off, land, take off, land. The tough thing is it's just like it requires so much fuel. We'd have to build like the most ridiculous large thing. The spaceplane idea, I feel like, was the elegant version of that, but without electric engines, it's tough. Does anyone have any ideas? I'm trying to think. Like, what's the most... Here, let's open our last thing. I want to actually verify that I didn't make those engines high quality. Oh, yeah. Even at high quality, though, they only burn for 23 minutes. So... it's not long enough, is it? They're just really not meant to be used this way. Alright, well, let's start over with all that. Goodbye. Okay, we've got our rocket base here. Clean slate. Sky's the limit. What do we want to do? Multi-stage jetpacks. No, you know, I kind of feel like we have the technology to do this, but it's probably going to require something a little more pedestrian. Just probably like, yeah, like a big lander. I mean, one thing we could do, the tricky thing is getting the EBA reports, right? For that stuff, you needed to bring a Kerbal from biome to biome. Um, I want to look at the tech tree, actually. I don't really know what to call this. Let's call this the Turtle Power X series. We'll just consider this our most powerful heavy lifter for the moment. Lilium, it's been a disaster. Unlike previous streams, we are heading back to the drawing board because the the space planes didn't work. It just, we don't have the technology yet. We need electric engines. We're pretty far away from that, I think. So just gonna look around here at some of the stuff that's kind of close to what we could grab. Let's see. Supersonic flight, aerodynamics, we do not have yet, and inline cockpit would probably help with the design of some of this plane stuff, but none of this is like propeller blades. Wow, I didn't know that this game had propellers. Here's the Mark II cockpit that is pressurized, I believe. These fuselages are really nice. They can hold liquid fuel. High altitude flight, hypersonic flight. Advanced aerodynamics. I'm just looking for, like, you know, at what point could we build some kind of electric plane? That might be in a different section here. I guess I'll just search for electric engine. Oh, I guess it's up here maybe. High efficient propulsion. Those are rocket engines, though. And I guess that's ultimately what I have to use. So, is this? Interesting. This uses liquid methane. This engine. Okay, yeah, we're pretty far off, I think, from an electric solution. Electric propulsion system, here you go. Can have like no thrust though. I guess that's ultimately not really for what, you know, for our purposes. Nuclear ramjet. Okay. Lilium, that was Affable who made it. And we did Affable sanded off the edges of the overlay, so there shouldn't be any more problems with things getting caught on the corners. A more reasonable engine for rough economic times. Let's see, the ISP, which is the efficiency rating for this, in vacuum is 350. What about like this guy? This is 380. All right. And that's compared to the Cheeto that we're using right now, which is 355. Really not that different. I think the biggest problem that we had, other than the high efficiency thing with what we just did, is the fact that we had to use two planes. It's just kind of a waste of mass, and we had to burn engines that we didn't really want to have to burn to get it up there. And I'm just kind of thinking, could we design not a plane, because it's pointless, it's the moon, but could we design a rocket that just lives on the top of this thing, that could cruise around with a ton of fuel and accomplish the same task? I mean, I started making a plane just because I've never really made planes and I wanted to just do it. But what if we just said, okay, we're going to give up. We just want to make a cool rocket that eventually probably has a capsule on the top of it where we can pilot it to the moon base, detach the bigger section of it, and then land at the moon base. And then that guy heads into the base, and then we run a mission to get those Kerbals off the moon. I think that's probably the way to do this. That isn't silly. So, all right, let's abandon our. I mean, this is still going to be silly, but let's do it in the slightly less silly way, I suppose, for now. So we're gonna want, on this stage, a big engine to get us to the moon. Thanks, Cord. 2 years. 2 whole years. I think it's been 2 years since since we did the Discord and everything. Or thereabouts. Alright, that should be pretty good. And then, I mean, that's probably more than enough. It's probably going to be too tall, actually, once we add the, and all the stuff. Right, so now we'll do a separator. And we're going to start building something that could cruise around the moon and collect our science for us. I think we probably still want it to be, well, I don't know if what I was about to say is true. I don't know that we need it to be nimble. I think it can probably be a little unwieldy, but if we're going to launch it on this rocket, we definitely don't want it to be too wacky at the top. But we do want efficiency still. But the thing is, to do the EVA reports, we're going to have to land it multiple times, get out, do the report, and then take off again. So, assuming that we null out our velocity, and how are we going to... We basically need to make something that can function as both a rocket and a plane. We need to make a rocket plane. I need to make something that's a little bit wide. Okay. Let's look at some of the coupling options we have here. Or not coupling, rather, but... let's see. Structural. These scale. Quad coupler, eh? What if we... got a little nuts. No, I'm still doodling, clearly, but bear with me. Oh, good luck to you, Bacon Face. Thanks for joining us. That might be wider than we need. But now I'm thinking, do we want this thing to be able to, like, vertically take off? Could we even use those robotics pieces, the hinges? This is something we should build separately so that we can test it on the on Earth. We gotta start over. Okay. So we'll assume that's kind of like our base, and then we'll use a probe core as our pilot for testing purposes. We're gonna grab cheetahs for efficiency. And then, yeah, we're gonna want, I don't know, this might just be really difficult to transport to the moon. But if it's not, somehow, let's go a little bit smaller than I was doing, maybe, like this. And, this stuff doesn't snap. It's fine. All right, robotics, alligator hinge. I guess the problem we had before was that the alligator hinges were really floppy, right? They didn't really, like, in terms of placing like two. Because I was thinking we could do some kind of like vertical liftoff thing that has engines that kind of swivel, but I guess we essentially tried that and it just did not work. We could just do that. This thing's just gonna have a hard time. It's not snapping. It doesn't want to do it. All right, let's just say that's too bonkers. Maybe instead... Just wondering if by, like, you know, widening this base, we kind of hedge against the problems we've been having in terms of landings just being really tricky. I want to make something that essentially... well, this is pretty... This is, like, barely connected. Make something that's a little bit foolproof. Not foolproof, but, like, slightly safer to continuously land. Yeah, I don't know. Let's try. Let's call this Science Lander. Let's drop this down here. Oops. Scale of that could be smaller. Just go to place mode. Let's test this on the launch pad. I'm not feeling great about it. Oh, these aren't even like leveled out. Oops. I mean, would the way to build this be with just like ridiculous radial mounts? I don't know. Let's just see if we can do it kind of manually here. This is gonna be dumb. I don't know. Oh, all right. Okay, these engines aren't powerful enough to get us off the ground. They all work, technically, but we're gonna need to swap them out for testing purposes. Let's go back. My sense of this is that this is just gonna still be really, like, even on the moon, it's gonna be very awkward to fly. I think this is just not... It's kind of what we've made as a larger version of that drone, that sort of quadcoptery drone, and that didn't work. So I'm not sure why I think this one will. But let's see. wonder if there's anything we could build that would have some kind of stability element that unfurls. You know, like something that would like live inside, or kind of like the same principle as landing gear, but something that we could kind of. Okay, let's see how maneuverable this feels. This is on the Earth, so this is a little bit, not really the same thing, but like, could we reliably land this thing over and over and over again? Ooh, ooh. I mean, it's not terrible. What? I mean, it's not the worst. On the moon, it'd be a lot easier to swing around and stuff. We had a lot of monopropellant, which maybe I should have done for that test. You might be kind of there. Let's see. We're gonna want this on radially mounted and do like 4 in the middle. I would love to just have these, yeah, kind of snapped out here. And then just like a billion of these somewhere. So I think, yeah, like what else can we do for stability here? Yeah, definitely handshakes. Well, I mean, also like pretty optimistic that this could make it into orbit without, drag being an issue, but okay, bear with me. What if this was the bottom of the rocket and we just built up and all the fuel funnels to the bottom, we detach when we get to the moon, and then we're good? Like, what if we actually just build this as a big rocket and then just have this bottom part be the part that continues on? I mean, we don't really need to worry about a lot of things at that point, because whenever it just starts spinning, there's one way to find out. Like, I'm kind of thinking you do something like, I'm not going to bother putting the stack separators in or anything yet, but get some struts going. These guys are the best cones. And then you basically just have separators that cut it off like in half. When it gets to the moon, you just go boom, and then like half of it just falls off. Let's test this right now. Let's test this platform. 120 says, what if it was thrusters arranged in a pyramid with a radius of at least 4? Yeah, I can see it. I mean, yeah, like a cluster of thrusters at the bottom. Um, Let's see if this works. All right, I'm just going to launch it. Well, you know what? You know what? Look at it go. It looks kind of cool, too, I gotta admit. I mean, the final version of this will look absurd, but it's definitely... It's very maneuverable. Like, it's very stable. How much monopropellant's on here? A lot. That's really nice, too. I'm gonna keep flying it because I want to judge, like, thrust to weight here. We are... This thing got into orbit so fast. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a challenge to do this, and have enough fuel to where we get to the moon, and it's like, okay. You know what? I just realized a fatal flaw. These mainsails, even on high reliability, they only have like 2 ignitions. So, maybe what we do is make the outer cluster cheetahs and the inner cluster something that we separate, that are mainsails that I mean, we can also use solid boosters to get us into space. That might be the way to do it, actually. We might have to bring back solid rocket boosters. We haven't used them in a while, but it might be what this calls for. These guys. And, like, maybe just... I don't know exactly how to orient them here. You know what? Let's do this. It's not quite right. These guys, I guess. Where's just the regular cone piece? Well, I'll just grab this. Okay. But you can't scale these. Ooh, weird. All right, let's just scale up a couple of those. All right, so yeah, we'll just do this, and then these will all fire at the same time. These are going to get swapped out for efficient cheetahs. We can still let them burn on takeoff, but ideally we want them to only be used later. This one can stay a mainsail, which will actually help getting out of the getting out of orbit, I think, or getting into orbit. Yeah, this is an interesting configuration. I'm gonna test this again and see. Well, I mean, before we even go out there, we can take a look at the thrust to weight just in our data here. So, oh yeah, where's our cool panel that's usually up here? I'm missing my cool panel. There we go. Thrust to weight 8.3. Holy shit. Okay. Well, let's see what that looks like. I really don't have a good sense of this. I mean, 8.3 would seem to indicate that we're fine, but we lost a lot of thrust dropping those mainsails, so I don't actually know what it's going to look like when we have to, when the solid boosters run out. Uh-oh. Okay, it's not level. Might be okay though. Let's just try to take off. Nope. Engine malfunction immediately. Okay. Forgot to make those high quality. Also, somehow it's not level? I don't know what the hell just happened. Why would this not be level? I guess these things are not technically... Oh, look at you! You're still a mainsail. Look at you, you little jerk. How did that happen? Oh, I have mainsails somehow layered on top of the other engines. Okay, I don't know how that happened. That's very strange. It shouldn't actually be possible. Okay. Let's give this another shot. Hey, Toby. I believe that this is going to work. I love the idea of the bottom of the rocket turning into a lunar transport craft, basically. Okay. Yeah, we're hitting some lift issues now that we have slower engines there. But you know, it might be okay. Well, it might be okay. Let's see what happens. It's probably not going to be okay. Let's go at 2x speed. Well... Oh, well, now it's definitely not going to be okay. You know what? I think it is. I think it is fine. Based on what I just saw in the last 2 seconds of that launch. But obviously, we're going to have to solve that separation issue. Whoa, sorry, that music got very, very loud, proportional to the rocket engine noise. Yeah, how are we gonna... Here, let's do this. And can we just... Ooh. Let's scale these up. Yeah. Yep. And then we now, I think, have... Yeah, here we go. These little deflector guys. So, how do these work, actually? I don't want them to push in this direction. So like that, except they're not really pointing... Well, that's actually exactly how they should point, more or less. Oh no. Yeah. So on separation, they fire and push these things out of the way in a particular direction. I forgot we have those now. That's really good to know. All right. Someone hand you a YouTube playlist of music. Would you want all the bands clumped together or have it be pre-mixed? I guess it depends on like what I was looking for. Sometimes we'll, like, if we're on the couch and it's late at night and we just want to like listen to some music or something, or just like basically do at-home karaoke, we'll find like YouTube playlists, and it's kind of fun to actually on YouTube just kind of chain from one song to another and build it live, you know? I get a lot of pleasure out of that. Because the suggestions will often like say, okay, if you liked this band, now listen to this, and it's usually things that I want to hear, and that kind of becomes part of the fun of it, is like choosing on the fly. Oh yes, oh, this is extremely exciting, and I can't wait to see how these little I think it's Vernier engines function. This is the first time we've had them. Is it just me, or the engine sounds just not playing? It's not the end of the world. I just feel like I'm losing my mind here. Maybe it's just my speakers are not turned up enough. Oh, you know what it is? It's that we only have the one mainsail, I think. They're just quieter. But yeah, I think maybe something's also just wrong. Okay. This is really working. The goal here is, we want to use the solid boosters to get up into the atmosphere, and then we have these more efficient Cheetah engines that once we're out of the atmosphere, they'll be fine, but we gotta use the heavy lifters here to boost us to that point. Now let's see how these Verniers work. They didn't work. Nothing exploded, but they definitely didn't fire. I wonder why. Do they need their own like fuel source or something? I thought they had like a little in them. Oh well. All right. So at this point, we've got 5,000 delta V. And the question is that enough? Sorry, I just had to chat with Janelle for a minute. Okay, so the other thing is, are these powerful enough to boost us into orbit even? Looks like we're losing a lot of fuel at this point. Part of that is that we're still using the mainsail to give us extra thrust out of this situation, but yeah, see, this is where the fuel line thing becomes important. And the problem with this design is that we can't really do that because we want to retain the structure for later. So yeah, I'm not really sure if this is gonna work because it's we're using up a lot of fuel just to get up here. It looks cool though. I mean, with some styling and like some better construction, this would be a cool spacecraft. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little worried about the fact that, well, one, that we're having a hard time getting into orbit even. But yeah, this is... We're just going through a lot of fuel. Huh. So here's what I'm thinking. A couple of tweaks, and maybe it'll be okay. Let's start by replacing these with slightly more powerful poodles. I guess the Terrier engine, which the thrusts in... Oh no, these are weaker actually, never mind. What's the one I'm thinking of? Surprised these little engines didn't work. At least it seemed like they didn't work. Maybe they just aren't set up properly. Yeah, maybe they need to be vertical like that, or they just don't function. Okay. Let's try maybe just adding a little more solid... Ooh, no. Grab this from the right spot. We just make these bigger? Oh my god. I mean, that's one way to do this, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna be the right way to go about this. Let's give it a shot, I suppose. Yeah, I guess these cheetahs are actually what I do want, but it's tough when you get into orbit and you just don't have enough power to get leveled out. Oops. Oh no. There we go. I'm thinking maybe we only use solid fuel and save all the rest for later. And see if that helps. Cannot afford to launch. We can fix that. Yep. Okay. Some casual cheating. All right. This will probably be the final test of this thing. If it seems like it's gonna go, then I will just plan on using it. If it's not, we'll just go back to the drawing board again. I don't know. You know, this is a tough problem to solve. Cruising around the moon. It's something that NASA hasn't really done much of, so I don't feel too bad about it. There's a part of me that's like, what about a rocket-propelled rover? Just something that would go faster, but you'd have to design it with like airbags or something. It's just so easy to get going really fast and then crash. All right. Here we go. Yep. Just remember that if we don't turn on the mainsail, we're not going to have any kind of swivel control, any kind of gimbal. Okay. That should be enough on the liquids that we'll be able to steer, but not enough to really burn up much of our fuel. Let's see. Is this better? Is this much better? I don't know that it's much better. I think we just made everything bigger. Curious if these are going to work, though. I want to see these work. Actually, this is better. This is better. We're getting a much more extreme altitude before we lose the solid fuel, so that's definitely better. Okay, let's go verniers. They don't work, and they just destroyed everything. Okay. Wow. I really don't understand why they're not working. There must be a way to set it up. To just automatically fire that I have not yet done. Maybe you kind of have to like fire it on one stage and then fire it on the and you know, do the separation after that. I don't know. Well, here we are. What a day of Kerbal. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I'll come back to this probably in a couple days. I'm going to be streaming Minecraft tomorrow, and I think Magic the Gathering on Thursday, which will be probably just a dipping my toe into Magic again stream. And then I've got to leave for a day to go help out my parents. But yeah, Minecraft tomorrow, and maybe Minecraft plus something else. But anyway, I'll see you then. Thanks for hanging out. This was nice. And I will catch you later. Take care, everyone. Bye. Hour 2.5, and I think we're on world record pace. Not everyone runs this category. Oh! Hi, my name's Nick Brecken. All right, here we go. Oh, wow, I've never clicked this button.
Yeah, I'm Luke Skywalker. Yeah. No!
I am a game developer, occasional podcaster. Turn over the door, you coward! I stream almost daily on this channel now called Idle Thumbs. No! We have a really good community. Oh, no! Please join us for,
Nope. Oh my god, I'm alive.
the hoisting. Join us for the madness. Oh no, the engine's too big. Join us for the hubris. What I need to do is stand on the roof of this Jeep and fire a rocket-propelled grenade. Oh no! No! I occasionally stream with my girlfriend Janelle. I live on the edge.
No.
I live on the edge.
No, you don't.
Sorry, I occasionally stream with my partner Janelle.
Oh, Toby.
And my wonderful dog, Toby, who you may see. Oh my god, Toby. Toby, get out of there. This part's not going to be used.
Ready for the knowledge.
Hi. This is how you take pictures. You take a lot of pictures and then you select the one good one, right? Isn't that how you take pictures? That's how.
You piece of shit!
You did it!
That was way too big. I don't like being that big. This is a much better size for my face. This should be censored.